So anyway, I'm now like, oh, far out. This is getting really annoying. So I had to wait 6 weeks to recover. So, did that. That's great. Now I go to my next court date to go and say, I'm really sorry for missing my last court date. Will you give me another court date without charging me, so I can then also defend myself because I was unlicensed and I was building an orphanage in Nias. Man, I'm full of excuses. It's getting complicated. Everyone following me so far? Okay, so I go to the court. It was in December, and I get a number, and the court is just packed. Just absolutely packed. I had standing room only. It was like Judge Judy. It was just like everything I've ever dreamed of. I've never been to court before, and I was so excited to defend my case. And I had references, character references. I had everything lined up. And I don't know, I was a bit buzzed, but at the same time I was a bit freaked out and kind of like, you know what? I shouldn't be here. I was kind of a little bit like prideful. Like, why am I here? I should just be able to call someone up. I've got to spend my whole day in court just to tell them to give me another court date. Then I've got to come back. Don't they realize I'm really busy? I'm running Awakening. I've just broken my back. This is such a nuisance. So this is my attitude, right? It's awesome. Amazing. And so, long and short of it is, I'm in court, and it's about an hour in, and I realize I'm going to be here for a long time. These people are just going for it. And I learned so much about the court system, because there were people that were they've gone over the speed limit by 140 kilometers an hour or something, and they're pleading their case. It was so awesome to watch. And I was like, I'm going to win my case. If they're even here, actually trying to win their license back, I'm going to win for sure. And so I learned a lot about human nature, and just about what we feel is right for us, and why we should be justified, and we have got all the excuses. And I'm not thinking about my own excuses. Mine are valid, but they're just not good enough, to get by. And so about 2 hours in, I realized my parking is going to run out, and I'm going to get because I just didn't think it would take that long. So I parked in a 2-hour spot, filled the meter up, and so now I'm sitting in court going, oh no, I'm going to get another fine. And I'm in court trying to refute missing a court date for a fine. This is getting hectic. This is so full on. So anyway, I get permission to go out, and he's like, yeah, we'll be here all day, so just go out and move your car. So I go to move my car, right? and I go to move my car, and a guy, a delivery guy, who's a young Asian student, comes around and runs up the back of me as I'm moving my car. Talk about the day from hell, right? So now I'm sitting in the car going, what is going on? What did I do? Did I brush my teeth the wrong way this morning? Or my hair's combed the wrong side? I'm just like, what is going on? And so anyway, I get out of the car, and the guy, his first reaction is defense. It's just like, and he couldn't really speak much English, so he's just going for it. I'm like, dude, we're just kind of using grunts because we can't speak each other's language. And I'm like, okay, so hang on, okay, let's just settle down. And he's like, cool. And I'm like, dude, you ran into the back of me. It's not my fault. He went across a double line and kind of did a U-ey, and it kind of ended up in the back of me. And so, and so I'm like, I explain it to him. I'm like, it's your fault. I said, can I get your insurance details? And he's like, this is my boss's truck. This is my only job. I'm a student here, saying all this and breaking. I've just moved from, I think it's from South Korea or something, and he's just freaking out. And so I'm like, oh man, I'm thinking about Georgie. This is her car. And I'm thinking about, I don't have much money. I got to pay for this to get fixed. And I'm thinking, I've got this choice. So I'm standing there going, he could be lying through his teeth just to get through this, but I don't know. I'm just going to trust what he's saying. So I said, after talking for a while, I said, you know what, dude? Like, he just had no money. He's just surviving as a student. I said, don't worry about it, man. Let's just go. Just it's all good. You cool? You're right. And so anyway, we went our separate ways, and I forgave him, and I was like, yeah, I'm awesome. I forgave him of his debts, and I'm such a Christian. And anyway, so then I park the car, run back to court, and then I sit there all day. That was about 10:30 in the morning. Not in, like, so many cases, and the judge was just like so like detailed and just going through every detail of the smallest case. Anyway, I got to like about 10 minutes before court was closing, and if I didn't get my case heard, I had to come back another day to be heard, to get another court day, to then come back again and refute my... I was like, no, I can't do this. So anyway, I was just like, okay, God, can you just please get me a hearing? I need to just get this out of the way. I just want to deal with this. So anyway, they said, okay, well, we can't fit you in here. There's still 20 people to go or something. We'll take you to another court. Took me up some stairs into another courtroom, and there was like one other person there, and they're about to be hear their final case, and then I was next. So I was getting all my references together, getting my story together. You know, I'm a pastor at Christian City Church, and was helping out at an orphanage, and had my full story, just like ready to, I was just envisioning like, Boston Legal, and, just the firm, and I was Tom Cruise, just gonna, you can't handle the truth, just getting all pumped, because I've never been in court before. I was excited, it was so exciting. And so I comes, the prosecutor's there, and I represent myself because didn't really want to pay a lawyer for it. And so the judge is sitting on her bench, and I come forward, and she goes, okay, what's going on? I show the prosecutor. She said, oh, I've got to get another court date because I broke my vertebrae and and kind of explained just briefly a summary. And she's like, oh, okay. She goes, you look like a nice enough guy. Not only will you don't have to come back for another court date, but I'll wipe the fine for you, and there you go, it's done. So the prosecutor signed the paper, she signed it. Boom. I said, oh, I've got like character references, and do you want to hear my story? She's like, oh no, it's fine, it's all good, it's done. I was like, oh. Well, I waited all day for that. I was ready for a battle, I was just like, I was ready for my moment. And so it was just the weirdest moment. And Romans 1:17 says this, the good news tells us how God makes us right in His sight. This is accomplished from start to finish by faith. As the scriptures say, it is through faith that a righteous person has life, or the righteous shall live by faith. And Paul there is quoting Habakkuk 2:4, which is an Old Testament prophet book, and basically revealing to the Roman church how we are saved. So you have the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is the story of God through Jesus Christ, his birth, his life, his death, his burial, and his resurrection, his overcoming of death and sin through the power of giving his life up for us. This gospel makes us right by believing in it.